Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Comic Chat with Gat, Riverdale Edition. Now, this is going to be discussing Riverdale Episode 2, A Touch of Evil. We got a really good response from our first episode, so we thought we'd start doing these more frequently and see how you guys like them with a fancy new, we'll call it like a 3/4 green screen?
I would say it's more than 3/4. I would say like a 5/8 green screen.
All right, we like the 5/8 green screen. We are actually a YouTube channel devoted to all things popular culture and comic books. And Riverdale had, I'm going to put air quotes, close connections to the Archie comics, which
It got better.
It did get better. Okay, great. Which is, our 2015 comic of the year. So we thought, again, we wanted to see the comparisons between Riverdale and the Archie universe, and then and go further from there. So episode 2, I definitely watched it. Taylor, what'd you think about it?
I actually really liked it a lot. It fixed a lot of things about halfway through the episode. So
okay.
I actually have my notes in order chronologically.
And sober.
And sober, yeah. So they're not going to be ticker tape. They're actually legit notes, and it's not just me shouting like, I can't believe Betty and Veronica made out. So I'm going to talk about that
When
in
did
the
they
first
make
episode.
Oh, I don't remember.
Well, I remember.
If anyone remembers from the previous episode, which you can watch in our history it'd be great if you guys subscribed, you can see that I was not very fond of the show. Okay, so this episode, give us a synopsis, a couple sentences that explain what this episode was about, and then we can kind of get into the nitty-gritty on what you liked and what you didn't like. So what was this episode about?
This episode was about, I think, reestablishing the characters to be the four great character friends that they are.
And those are?
That's Archie, Betty, Veronica, Jughead.
Okay.
And so by the end of the episode, I mean, you've already watched it if you're watching this review, I hope so, or reaction, then you know that at the end of the episode, they're all sitting together at Pops, as they should be.
Are they drinking milkshakes?
They are drinking milkshakes.
Vanilla and chocolate?
I don't know, Chris.
I bet you Veronica's got a chocolate milkshake, Betty's got the vanilla milkshake, because that's her style, and that's their style. I bet I didn't even watch the episode.
Anyway,
that's what happened.
So what's interesting, too, is something that Jughead says at the end, which I thought was kind of off-character, but it was funny in my head. So anyway, we'll go through it. So at the beginning...
Did he say he liked turkey burgers?
No, he would never say that.
Cool.
No, it was about Archie, not about Jughead.
Oh, okay, got it.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning of the episode. Jason still freaks me out.
Who?
Jason Blossom.
Who?
I remember his name. The Blossom brother.
The dead one?
Yeah.
Why would he still freak you out? He's dead.
No, they keep bringing his face back. It scares
dead
me.
Face?
No,
Oh.
and his live face, because Cheryl keeps seeing him in everyone keeps seeing him in flashbacks.
Oh.
Like Archie's walking through the halls with his red hair, which a note I wrote in here is like, what are the odds of 3 different redheads in a town of like 300 people?
I mean,
Like,
it's
honestly.
not very sunny, so I can see like their families wanting to flock to Riverdale because of the lack of sun, and it's not good for their skin. So it'd be a genuine statement.
Okay, anyway, so the point is he still freaks me out, and I still think it's weird twin cest stuff going on. It freaks me out.
Oh, they were definitely.
I mean, like,
having sex.
even so, they were sharing a milkshake in this one.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, that's
right?
symbolism.
Super weird.
I would say.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think that for me, they kind of made the hashtag lipstick incident, which is one of my favorite things in comic books in the last 2 years, because I was very intrigued, and it was lovely. It was more like hashtag the closet incident in this episode.
What's the closet?
Was when Veronica and Archie went into a closet together.
Oh, okay.
So like Betty gets upset, right? And Archie's like, "But I still like you," and then she's like, and then they're just having trouble dealing with it as these people who grew up as friends since kids now dealing with these emotional problems.
Yeah, to connect that to the comic books, the lipstick incident. Talk a little bit about that.
So the original 4 issues of the Mark Waid and Fiona Staples, well, three issues for Fiona Staples, but whatever. Of the Archie comic book run is probably like a really great, succinct story that
Very
it's
good.
so good. And the whole thing starts out is Betty and Veronica aren't together, Betty and Archie aren't together, and everyone wants to know why, and all they know is it's called the lipstick incident. So like, since it's supposed to be set in modern times, as like the show is, people are hashtagging it, and they make the hashtag.
Can I say my assumption of what the lipstick incident was?
Yeah, this is what Chris thought the lipstick incident was.
I thought that they were going to be going bold, and I thought the lipstick incident was that Archie was wearing lipstick because he was trying to identify with another gender, and he was experimenting, and then Betty walked in and saw him, and then was like, what do I do now? Didn't work like that.
No. So basically everyone was trying to like make Jughead tell him, because Jughead knows, because he's Archie's best friend forever and evers, and knows everything, and no one would say anything. Even Jughead wouldn't take food as like a bribe. He's like, nope, he's my friend, talk to them about it, I don't give a crap. And so that was like a big deal, and it was like 4 issues, and basically what you find out is that Betty one time got all like dressed her up with like lipstick and makeup and stuff, and like Archie liked her as like just like, the tomboy cool girl that like fixes his car, and he just, when she got all dressed up, they didn't know how to be together anymore because he felt like she was like this different girl.
Yeah.
And so they argued, and he's like, why can't you just be like you? And then she was like, but I did this for you, and this whole thing like kind of exploded.
Yeah.
And so that kind of seems like the whole like, I wanted to date you, but you won't say that you love me the same way,
Yeah.
the way that happened at the end of Archie or Riverdale episode 1. So I'm kind of like, okay, I'm back on track a little bit.
Where it's going.
I'm equating this
All right.
to the comic book in a way that makes me like it more. So whether it's me, putting this on the show or just like that's kind of maybe what they were going for, great.
Yeah.
However, I'm pretty sure the show was in production way before the new rerun came out.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so at all because
Yeah.
it was announced once a couple of.
It was announced,
issues
but
were done.
as far as Chip Zdarsky said, he said that this show was in
Friend
production.
of the show, Chip Zdarsky.
Yeah, we love Chip. He said that the show was already in production and the direction of the show way before his comic, which means, and that's kind of why maybe this isn't, because they didn't have the overall like, oh my gosh, this new Archie is so good comic book reaction to guide the show at first. And so
Interesting.
maybe that's why this is kind of in its own bubble.
Okay.
And so maybe that will also help you be like, why would they do this? It's like, well, they made it differently, and they were all, someone took over Archie and was like, let's make Archie new again, and they had all these different productions going on.
And let's make Archie hot and not a clumsy jerk.
Clumsy jerk, but it's okay.
Yeah.
So
The teacher.
the teacher. So basically, Archie's still dealing with the fact that he heard the shot on January 4th.
Yep.
He tries to text Betty because he's like, I need to talk to you. She's like, I'm not talking to you. Close my window. Like, so,
Bold.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
good.
he goes on a run late at night to the teacher's house, and he's like,
Wait. Was he wearing
Shirtless.
it? And there it is.
Shirtless.
I was gonna ask because they used him in that first episode.
Oh, but he
like,
was also shirtless in his bed, like,
jeez.
and I was like, honestly, my thoughts were like, how do I get that body? I really want to know. I need to get that much shape. I want Archie shape.
That's CG. That's the new Archie. That's the new fitness
Yeah,
this year.
yeah,
Archie
because it
shape.
used to be like Oliver Queen shape,
Hashtag Archie
or
shape.
Batman shape. But man, if someone made one of those same little things,
Hashtag Archie abs.
oh yeah, Archie abs.
There we
yes,
go.
absolutely, alliteration. I love
Make
it,
that
Chris.
happen, people.
I love it. Yeah, make us a workout routine that gets us to Archie abs. We'll start.
All right, so he's running over to the teacher's house.
He runs to
and,
the teacher's house,
you know,
and then she's like, you can't come. I can't believe you came to my house. He's like,
without a shirt.
Without,
in the middle of the
he put
night.
a shirt on his.
okay.
I mean, like he when he got there, he put on a shirt. I mean, he didn't want to. He couldn't tempt her
I
too
guess he
much.
didn't want the
you know?
shirt to be what is it?
Sweaty.
Sweaty?
Yeah, he didn't want to smell bad.
Whatever.
She likes his musk.
Go on.
So he gets there and he's like, I really feel bad about this. I want to tell somebody because it's something happened. She's like, we can't tell anybody. Like, our whole lives would get screwed. I would get fired. You might get expelled. Blah blah blah. And he's like, fine. And so next day they go to school.
But why though? They can make a reason up. They don't have to say they're out having sex.
I know.
Would
Like
just...
that. We get to that. We get there.
Okay.
So, also Betty's mom super sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Betty's mom is like, don't speak to Archie, don't speak to Veronica. We hate the Blossoms, and you're like, I don't understand
What
what
do
your
you do? Move out of the
vendetta
city.
is.
Like at that point, like you
She's
have
just
no
like,
friends.
and yeah, and so Betty's like, I'm still gonna be friends with Archie. She
Yeah.
didn't tell her mom that, but she walks to
Why
school
is
with
she
Archie.
upset at Archie? Just because he hurt her? Or-
Yeah, because she's like still
Okay.
mad at him, and then she's mad at Veronica.
Because no, she's mad at Veronica's mom.
No, Veronica's mom didn't do anything.
I thought she was mad at Veronica's family or something like that. Because the dad was a dick, and then no.
He didn't do anything. No, because Betty's mad at Veronica because she went in the closet with Archie.
No, I know, but Betty's mom.
Oh, well, Betty's mom is there's problems with Cheryl and Cheryl's family. Like,
Oh, okay. The Blossoms.
The Blossoms. I mean,
Got it.
I guess I assume that Betty's mom grew up with Veronica's mom because we know that Veronica's mom dated Archie's dad,
Yeah.
and so I'm still trying to figure out like the history between those characters. Like, were they all friends back in the day? I
When
don't
they
know.
run out of ideas in
So,
the show, they're gonna bring them.
Betty's
back
mom
in there.
sucks. That's
Okay,
the point.
got
And
it.
she's also like really vindictive and like she's kind of evil. She might be the most evil character.
Which is weird because Betty is such a wholesome character.
I know,
It's
yeah.
a good
Yeah.
foil.
So I have Mr. Weatherby. First, Mr. Weatherby, the principal. He's a famous Archie character, Chris, that you read about in the comic books. He was great. At first I was like, he should be more fatherly, but then later on in the episode, he pulls Archie aside and is kind of very fatherly. He's like, hey, look, I saw you like look into my office when we were making the announcement about if you saw something, say something about this murder. Like, you have anything to tell me? It's okay. Like, I'll protect you. It'll be fine. Just tell me. And you're like, oh, that's the Mr. Weatherby I love. It was great.
Yeah, sounds great.
So Moose is dating Midge.
Who's Midge?
Midge is. Remember, I said that Moose was dating someone that I couldn't remember that, like in the comic books, is Archie's love
Moose
interest.
is Moose a girl?
Moose?
Or no, Midge. Is Midge a girl?
Midge a girl.
Moose is gay.
No, he's not. So that's what.
Did you not go back and watch that episode?
I know what you're saying, but what Kevin says
Yes.
that Moose is just confused and might be just too dumb to like have. He's like I would say he's like sex is fluid or
Yeah.
like sexual preference
Yeah.
is fluid, but he's like I don't think Moose has enough brains to even comprehend that. So he's just like he has to tell Moose gently. He's like, you're dating Midge, Moose. We can't do this.
Oh, so there was another situation this
Well,
week.
no, Moose wants to sit by Kevin in biology class, and then Kevin's like, "I'll sit by you." He's like, "But we can't do this thing because like you're dating Midge, and like you need to figure your own shit out. Like I can't be this guy that's like it's like whatever." Also, Kevin's dad is the sheriff, so that's interesting. So he had to explain
could
to
be
his
cool.
dad why him and Moose. So everyone knows that him and Moose were found together because of the fact that his dad was a sheriff. And so there's this awesome scene. That's one of my favorite scenes in the whole show.
2 episodes.
Where they're all in like the student lounge. So like Betty's there, Veronica's there, Archie, Jughead, and of course like Moose and Kevin and Reggie. And Reggie, of course, is finally like perfectly, awesomely douchey the worst. And that's how he should be. Reggie Mantle.
Yep.
Okay.
Got it.
I think he's like an Asian guy in this one.
Yeah.
And so he's like, Moose, like making fun of Moose for being gay with Kevin because he's like, what were you guys doing down there? Like, he's like, maybe you're a switch hitter or something like that. And then he starts.
That's a sports term where you can.
No, I understand
right
what it
and
means,
left.
Chris. I understand baseball references. So
Sorry, just derailed it. Sorry about that.
anyway,
But
so they're in
whichever.
this thing, and he starts making. And he's like, you know who would probably have killed Cheryl's brother? He's like someone who maybe writes his own novel and is really creepy and like does his own stuff. And so he starts pointing the blame onto Jughead. And then
What a weird, baseless accusation.
well, it's like a broy jockey douchey thing.
Whoa,
He just likes
people
to be mean.
who write things are
And like
clearly
are on their
murderers.
own and stuff like that. So he's blaming Jughead, and he
Yeah.
gets up to pick on Jughead. He's like, "What do you think, Jughead?" And Archie's like, "Hey, stop!" And I was like,
Oh, he's standing up for him.
"Oh yeah!" And I was so excited. And then he's like, go fuck yourself. Like the guy's like, "Oh, what? You and him did it together? You got some sort of weird creepy murder thing going on?" And Archie's like, "Dude, I told you to stop." And he pushes Reggie back, and then Reggie like flips him over the thing and like just decks him in the face and like knocks him out. He has a big old bruise on his eye, but he stood up for Jughead. So important thing to
good.
go back to real quick is Jughead saw the teacher seducing Archie in the music room earlier that day, and they had a fight about it the night before because he's like, "I saw you and Miss." He's like, "Is that where you were on July 4th?" Like, and he's like, "Yeah, but I think I saw something, but she will get fired." He's like, "She is manipulating you, bro. Like, she doesn't want to get fired." Well, Jughead would never say bro. She doesn't want to get fired, so she's telling you not to say anything, but you know it's right to say something, so you have to tell somebody, even if it means her job, like, it's still her problem.
Yeah.
Mr. Weather, it'll be fine. Like, it'll be okay. It's better to tell
He
somebody.
wouldn't go to jail.
No, he would be fine,
Yeah,
actually.
she would go to jail.
She would go to jail.
It's
But he's like, either way, he's
So
like, even
kids.
if you don't want to include her in it, you have to say something because you might know something that helps solve this murder, Archie. But he's like, but and then they get this argument, and then Archie's dad comes out, and he's like, "Hey, Jug, what's up?" He's like, "You want to come in? I just ordered to go from Pops." And Archie's like, "Jughead was just leaving," and I was like, Archie's dad knows something's up because would Jughead ever turn down free hamburgers?
he would not.
Never.
So now he's taking a black eye for
him,
for
and so you're
Jughead,
like,
so they're clearly
yay,
now they're friends.
working together.
So that's good.
I want to just say, what is Betty's mom up to? Because she's a reporter, I think, and she paid off the coroner to like tell her more inside information on Jason's body.
Okay.
So you're like, I don't know what the heck's going on. But I really hate the teacher subplot, but I just keep putting that in here. Man, Veronica in this episode, so hot right now. I just want to say. Whew.
Okay. Good.
So I would like, here's the thing, so they more information on the Betty, sister, Jason stuff coming on. I want more
That's
information.
nothing from the comics for anyone
Right.
out there who hasn't
So
read the
this
comics. This
is
is a complete sub-story that we
what I
don't
wrote
know.
down of like, I want more information on these things.
Yeah.
One, they say she's in a group home.
Okay.
Question, I don't know what that's about. They say something this summer, so that means like it's recent.
Yeah.
And two, they said she was tweaked out. So she got on some sort of drug bender, whether it was because the brother had drugs, because she couldn't handle what happened with the brother and she did drugs. We don't know. So these are questions we have.
Yeah.
So group home this summer or tweaked out? Those are the questions I got. Betty's like, I'd like to see my sister to her mom. And her mom's like, oh, well, we don't need to worry about that. So what is her mom hiding about Polly?
Sister. Yeah. She broke out. Or
That's what, because Cheryl was at her place because Betty's mad at Veronica.
Yeah.
And basically was like, oh, I'm going to hang out with Cheryl instead. And you're like, oh, don't do
Ugh,
that.
what a bad idea.
I know. And so Cheryl was totally a bitchy, crazy person and was like, I'm just thinking your tweaked out sister shot my brother. Like, that's like, she basically blamed. And so then Betty's like, get the fuck out of my house. And I was like, yeah, Betty, tell him.
a lot of language in this show.
Well, she didn't say fuck, but I say fuck. But Veronica's buttoned that dress, though. You all know what I'm talking about. Oh, I think Archie's dad is the Pa Kent we needed in that Superman movie. He's absolutely perfect. He's like, he's the voice of reason. He's like, hey, Archie, you're supposed to, because Archie brings to his dad, he's like, Jughead and I are arguing about a girl. He's like, but it's more about the girl. He's like, the girl says, I saw something that I think is important. The girl says I shouldn't say to get her in trouble, but I think it's the right thing to do. And Archie's dad's like, Archie, you've always done the right thing, man. Like, just do the right thing. And
That's classic Archie, too.
That is classic
just
Archie.
Like, you've always done the right... That is Archie.
Archie does the right thing.
Yep.
There was a big...
Is there another dance?
No, it was a rally. A
pep
rally
okay.
for the team. And so...
So pep rally is when you have a bunch of people together.
So I was in the band, okay? I understand pep rallies. The Pussycats did a rendition of Sugar Sugar, which was fun, like that famous song.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
so then Archie and Jughead, that's when Archie and Jughead officially, like, because Archie went to go talk to the teacher and was like, I'm going to tell Mr. Weatherby tomorrow regardless. Like, I'm going to do the right thing.
Good.
And then he goes to Jughead, he's like, you were right.
Yep.
And then it was like, Archie and Jughead, 100 years, Archie and Jughead. And they're like, we should get burgers, lots of burgers. And I was like, thank you, Jughead. So I'm waiting for you to say burgers. Finally said burgers in the whole episode. Took him a whole episode and 45 minutes to say burgers. Burgers. He said it. So Cheryl gets upset in the pep rally when she sees like Archie leading the team because she visions her brother and then runs off the stage.
Because Archie was wearing her number.
I don't think he's wearing his number.
He was.
Oh, what? How do you even know? It doesn't matter. So the point, Archie's redheaded also. That's why I assumed like it just was easy.
Nope, because he was wearing her number or his number. But go on.
So she runs to the lockers and Veronica follows. Then Betty follows right after that. And she's like, hey, what's up? And Cheryl says something weird when she's like, he was supposed to come back. She's like, he was supposed to come back. And Veronica's like, what? And then she's like, whatever. She's like consoling her. Right, and so you're like, wait, then when he left in the water, that was some sort of something else.
They were both supposed to allegedly have fallen out together trying to grab her glove. And that's how they both fell out. And then they got separated. And then
and
he
so
turned up.
That lie was the initial lie. Yep. And so then you get to Jughead, everyone's fine. They all go to the Pops, and that, like I said earlier, Team Archie forever. Yay. So Jughead says this thing, the luckiest redhead boy in the universe. And I was like, well, he's lucky in, like, friendships, love interests, but he is very unlucky. Like, he drops stuff and, like, he's always falling into stuff.
Not in the show.
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying is, like, it was, like, almost... It's true if you want to think about it from, like, a more of, like, general life term perspective.
Yeah.
But as far as, like, an actual, like, he's not a lucky guy.
No, not in the comics.
Right.
He's very zany.
So, that was just interesting. That was the Jughead thing I was talking about earlier. So, the very end of the episode, the twist is that Archie's just about to go tell Mr. Weatherby, and then all of a sudden they all come out of the office, the head of the police, Kevin's dad, Mr. Weatherby, and another officer, I think. They come to the science class where they all are, and they're looking, and first it beelines to Jughead, and I was like, wait, no. And then it pans over to Cheryl, and she gets up, and she goes, you're going to take me, like, now? And they're like, we could do this, like, not here. And she's like, no, it's fine. I want them to know, I'm guilty. And then...
Guilty of what?
Yeah, that's the thing. And so basically Jughead is, of course, narrating again, and it says that the thing we all didn't expect that was the biggest thing that changed everything is that Jason died a week after July 4th. He got the gunshot a week later.
Oh, that's such a red herring. That's like one of those, oh, by the way, it couldn't have, that's...
So then the gunshot
yeah, which means they didn't hear that, they didn't actually hear the gunshot.
So what bothers me, then, is what I wrote here the note before, is that basically that means that they might continue that crap of a relationship. I thought it was going to be over.
Oh, no, that's
the teacher thing, no way. That's going to keep, I know, but I was like...
That's gonna come to light into the mid-season finale.
I know, but it was just like, that could have ended right there, like they could have gotten rid of it, but now it's got to keep going.
2 episodes in, that's a lot of investment for just...
But there's so much Betty and Veronica that could happen.
Yeah, well, they can't fill a whole hour of that, clearly. But that was the end of the episode. Do you think that Cheryl did it? Do you think that she actually killed her brother a week later? What do you think about when Jughead was talking about a week later with the gunshot and all of that kind of stuff?
Maybe he went to go see Polly.
Who? Oh.
Because he loves her, and maybe
and then maybe that's when Cheryl killed him. The brother is in love with Polly. The sister's in love with him. And so now when they get separated, they actually do fall out. They get separated.
Yeah.
And then she looks for him.
But she said he was supposed to come back. So I think I think that they planned
the
fake thing.
Here it is. Here it is, everybody. It's exclusive. She escaped. She's living in the woods. They went in the canoe to go see her. That's when he was supposed to come back. And then he never came back. And then that's when she killed him because she went to go get him back. And then they're two in love. Polly and the brother are two in love to leave. Cheryl's in love with the brother. And so Cheryl's like, if I can't have you, no one can. Boom. Shoots him right in the head.
Maybe.
You heard it first. What do you guys think? What is your thought as to how this is all going to play out? What's your favorite part about the show in Riverdale? What's your least favorite part? We know his least favorite part. My least favorite part is the whole show. But other than that, no, I'm kidding. I'll give episode 2 a try, truthfully. So leave us a comment below, subscribe if you would, share if you would. But other than that, again, we are a channel devoted to all things comic books and popular culture. We have reviews of great TV shows like Powerless. We have reviews of comic books. We have our actual proper show where we talk about topics of the week in the comic book world and the pop culture world. We have histories on your favorite comic book characters. We've got a great one on Doctor Strange, on The Flash. So go back and watch those and enjoy, and then always request from us if you see anything or if you want to.
If you want our opinion on something, or say, hey, like we'd like to see you guys talk about this, like we're down.
Yeah, we're always down to try that. What do you guys think of the green screen? Hopefully it worked. I'm not pointing at literally a green screen. But other than that, guys, we have been Comic Chat with Gat. I am Chris Cadley. That is Taylor Catcher. Have a great day and enjoy Riverdale.